It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome to 2K Sports, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson, sitting alongside the Big Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal, and the prop plane, Kenny Smith. And coming up in just a bit, tip-off will be live from Oakland as the Warriors go up against the Milwaukee Bucks. Well, for Milwaukee, this is their first time facing off this season. Last year, they split the season series at a game apiece. And tonight, guys, Giannis Antetokounmpo. Let's decide on a nickname once and for all. Big fella, you going with the alphabet or the Greek freak?
Greek freak is catchier, but as he gets better, he'll become a super freak, like my main man Joel from high school.
Yes.
He was a freak.
Yes. He may soon be calling him the perennial MVP.
I think Greek freak has a better ring to it.
Yeah, I do too. But if you think, a lot of teams passed on this guy. I know what they're saying to themselves. You know what they're calling themselves? Dummies.
Oh,
That's a good one.
that was quick. And now we go to Kevin Harlan as they get ready for the opening tip.
K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
We've got basketball at Oracle Arena, the home of the Warriors. In the booth with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry, this is Kevin Harlan. Our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. Today's game continues this Golden State Warriors homestand. If you think about their performance from last year, they're about where you'd expect them to be. They'd like to take that next step in a positive direction with the win here in this one.
And seeing where the Warriors are, they've been slightly off the mark here early in the season. Not awful by any stretch of the imagination, but just not quite at the level many had predicted.
Well, it's been an R&B start for them, very smooth. And for all the talk coming into the year that they were just going to run away and hide at the top of the standings, it's looking like it might be not so easy for them.
And nothing tips off a broadcast like getting the lowdown from the sidelines. And we've got David Aldridge there for that. David, good evening.
Well, Steph Curry is the two-time league MVP, and Steve Kerr says he's maybe the most impactful offensive player ever. He puts fear into defenses like no one I've ever seen. No one's been able to shoot off the dribble from 35 feet. It changes the entire game. Kevin?
A game changer indeed. DA, thank you. And both these teams, Brant, love to push the ball, push the pace. What are some things that all great fast break teams have in common?
The biggest thing, Kevin, is that you have committed runners on the wing. Point guards, their vision of the floor, their peripheral vision, they're always looking for guys. If they have guys committed to, once the ball is rebounded by their team, that their first two steps are hard and they're filling the lanes, then excitement and opportunities for highlights are coming.
Running with a purpose.
Running with a purpose, running ahead of the ball, and then attacking the rim with great consistency. Having great runners helps the fast break game.
Good point.
Ready, gentlemen? Ready?
Tip-off goes to Milwaukee. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. Setting the floor for the Bucks, Middleton and Giannis are your small and power forwards. Brogdon out there at Bledsoe, and it's Lopez in at the 5.
Not much else the D can do against something like that. Chris Middleton so fast in getting that shot off.
Curry kicks to Thompson. Pass to Durant. Over Middleton, and that one's good. Durant.
He was wide open, but just to make sure, he put a little fade on that jumper.
Bledsoe with him. And Curry picks him up defensively. Middleton for 3. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. They're getting their first look of the season at the Bucks in this one.
And really, this is a team that expects to beat everyone when they step on the floor, but they were only able to split the series last year.
And they don't want a repeat of what happened last year here. They know this is an opponent they can handle, and they don't want to give away anything like they did last year.
Thompson misses.
Well, the defense was right up on him, so electing to go for the fadeaway there to create some room, well, that makes sense.
Antetokounmpo kicks to Lopez. And he's good on the 3 balls. Lopez has got himself on the board with 3 there.
Well, great floor awareness as Antetokounmpo has a sense for when the D has overcommitted or shifted his way, and then he finds where his teammate is open on the floor.
Now here's Curry. A 23-point game for him in the win against Memphis, and Thompson gets it to go.
And his versatility on offense is so spectacular. He always finds ways to help put points up on the board.
Bledsoe outside. Passes it to Antetokounmpo. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Almost perfect in the game to start, 3 of 4.
Warriors have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Curry against Bledsoe. Curry finds Durant. Over Middleton. Kept alive. Here's Jones. Lays it up and banks it in. Jones has got his first points in this one.
And that is one thing he does very well. His intensity on the glass helps lead to these high percentage putbacks for his team.
There's the lob. Antetokounmpo hammers the alley-oop through.
Yeah, you could throw that pass just about anywhere, Kevin, even the top of the square for Giannis to go and get.
And a tremendous Unleash Chaos replay coming to you courtesy of Under Armour Hover Hammock. Now, here's Thompson. As you can see from his numbers, he's been a key component in their offense. He's averaging almost 18 points a game. Curry's shot is good.
And defensively, you've got to make a greater effort working over the screens.
Yeah, it's a bit of a lazy play right there. You're hoping that the guy misses the shot without really doing your job in challenging it.
Middleton against Durant. And Durant sends it back.
The long arm of the law. Durant is not a premier shot blocker, but you wouldn't know it from that play.
It's Curry outside. That shot missing. And Milwaukee the other way now. Fresh from a win against Portland.
And you know what? Up against a weak defense, they were allowed to do pretty much whatever they wanted.
Yeah, what I like, though, besides that, is that they just didn't settle for it, because weak defenses, you could take bad shots. That's not what they did here tonight.
Now Curry. After Chris Middleton missed from long range. And that one drops for him.
Klay Thompson takes a ton of pride in the catch-and-shoot game. His release is lightning quick.
Antetokounmpo kicks to Middleton. There's the pass to Brogdon. And so Antetokounmpo looking over it. Score it. His 3rd straight basket in 3 tries.
I like how Giannis is inviting a little bit more contact and no longer shying away from it.
And from everything you hear about Giannis Antetokounmpo, he keeps a laser focus. Basketball and his family are his sole preoccupation.
Now here's Curry. Hard to imagine, but the stats are tremendous as he averages close to 27 points a game. And Kevin Durant with the slam.
And here's the best way to get an earful from your coach. Give Kevin Durant that kind of path to the basket. Wow, discussion to follow.
And some have even compared Giannis to Kobe Bryant for his single-minded dedication, Greg, to improvement.
Yeah, you know, something of an introvert. Not a guy you'll find out on the town or schmoozing with other stars. He's content to save outside pursuits for after his playing days are done.
Here's Thompson. After Eric Bledsoe's score, Green kicks to Durant. Lock at 6. And there's Stephen Curry on the assist by Durant. Curry's got 5 points so far.
Steph's such an ideal pick-and-roll guy. The threat of the long ball always there, so whether he's shooting or passing, the defense has a hard time keeping up.
Now here's Bledsoe. The scoring numbers have been solid for him. He's averaging just under 14 points a game. Thompson against Brogdon. Thompson dishes to Curry. Back to Thompson. Fade away. And the shot falls short this time.
Defense has to feel fortunate. Somehow he missed that opportunity, and still, there's no reason for them to give up that kind of open shot.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
Curry against Bledsoe. Curry passes to Thompson. Outside, Green. Golden State needs to get off a shot. The shot by Thompson, no good.
Well defended that time. He's a shooter that the D has to close down on quickly when he's ready to pull the trigger.
Now here's Antetokounmpo. He picked up 33 points in their last one against Portland.
And he was terrific in that game defensively as well, blocking 4 shots on the night.
Golden State's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Curry kicks to Durant. Rebound, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
You can see how clued in the defense is to take away those mid-range shots and challenge. Solid at getting a hand up in the face of the scorers.
Kevon Looney is checked in for the Warriors. Iguodala comes in for Draymond Green. Milwaukee also making some changes. Ilyasova, he's checked in for Lopez. Mirotic comes in for Chris Middleton. And it's Hill in for Eric Bledsoe. Now here's Antetokounmpo. He has 6. Now Durant. Pass to Looney. Thompson from long range. Antetokounmpo pulls it in.
Just doesn't seem to be shooting it with confidence, and his shots are going all over the place in this period.
They get it back. Up and in for the basket. Number 4. That makes him 4 for 5 now.
What a quarter right here, establishing some confidence. 4 of 5 shooting the ball.
And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here. And Brent, you look at Giannis Antetokounmpo's slashing game. Standing, maybe a hair under 7 foot tall. How do you even put it into words?
Well, it's hard to imagine a more perfect frame for today's game in terms of getting in transition, having a versatile offensive game, putting it down, getting to the rack. Well, the one thing that we're anxious to see is whether or not Giannis will develop the type of range from the three-point line that makes it respectable. Other than that, he's pretty much unstoppable.
And here is Antetokounmpo after the three-pointer from Stephen Curry. Antetokounmpo against Iguodala. That one is good. He's only missed 1 shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
Well, Giannis scores inside, one of the best in the business at getting his feet wet in the paint, and a strong feel for the attack that time.
Now here's Curry. 8 points for him. Hill deciding where to go with it. Mirotic finds Antetokounmpo. It's good. Now he's shooting 6 for 7.
Yeah, Giannis has the hard hat on right now, going to work. So good, so long, just terrorizing the D.
Curry against Hill. Looney passes to Curry. To the middle, Iguodala. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Curry's got 3 assists tonight.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with a pass.
Hill, no good. The Warriors trail. And Curry has it in the corner. Back to Iguodala. Curry on the wing. He's guarded by Hill. To the inside. Here's Iguodala. Lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that, Iguodala's got his 2nd bucket of the night. Milwaukee has gone 1 of 5 from downtown in the first quarter. Points out there have been hard to come by. Antetokounmpo kicks to Ilyasova. Outside Hill. Iguodala against Antetokounmpo. And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
You know how you want to tell people don't let Giannis get too close? Well, 1 step past half court, he's too close.
Curry passes to Livingston. Back to Curry from past the arc. To rebound by the Bucks. Antetokounmpo's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. The kick out to Hill. Feeds to Ilyasova. The Bucks working the ball around. Shot clock at 6. No good on the triple. And it's the Warriors with the ball. They trail by 1. keep rolling here following the win against Memphis.
I mean, it's a big-time victory when you can just storm back like they did. Didn't have a good first half, but completely outdid themselves, particularly in that third quarter.
They grabbed their own miss. Here's Looney. Whistle blows. Bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play.
Tremendous effort. He will not be denied on the offensive glass.
The Warriors shooting their first free throw of the night here. And the Warriors making a change here. McKinney's checked in, and Milwaukee also making a switch. Frazier, he's checked in for Giannis Antetokounmpo.
One side.
Now, last season's championship round, the fourth straight time that the Warriors faced off with the Cleveland Cavaliers. It's the first time in North American sporting history that has ever happened in the major four sports. And once again, the Golden State Warriors brought the trophy back to the Bay Area.
Hands it from downtown. Mirotic has got his first 3 points of the game.
And this is what it's all about, guys. The competitive spirit, the energy that we're seeing. This one's got the feeling like it's going to go down to the wire.
And if it does, as evenly as these two teams have played here, it's anyone's guess who's going to come out on top.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
The Warriors have made their only other free throw attempt today in an earlier trip to the line. Cook, he's checked in for Sean Livingston. And Milwaukee with a change here, too. Lopez is checked in. There's 49 seconds left in the first. Hill against Iguodala. Ilyasova, no one around him, and all around the rim that time before dropping in.
Like to see George Hill distribute to his teammates a heads-up play there.
Cook kicks to McKinney. Pass to Jerebko. And the call will be against George Hill. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line.
Oh, no, he's the last guy you want to put on the line. You can just about book the points every time he steps up there.
That's good from Jerebko. Jerebko hits them both.
Such a big bonus to have a big guy that can step up to the free throw line and knock down shots. So many guys struggle from there.
Frazier scanning the floor. Right wing. Here's Lopez. He can't get that one to fall. Got it off in time. He can't get it to go. It's been all about Stephen Curry for the Golden State Warriors. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. Already a superstar, Antetokounmpo talked about how much more he can improve.
I'm just trying to focus on the court. What's my next step as a basketball player? Because I know this is just the beginning. I haven't even reached my potential yet. I think I have a long way to go, and maybe one day I can be top 10 in all those things. I feel like I can do that.
I think he's already a top 10 player with his skill set and physical tools, Greg. He can be an all-time great.
He's shown the dedication. I think he's only going to get better.
And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. What do you guys think about the Warriors here so far?
I tell you what, that first quarter, you can see the game plan is a commitment to offensive rebounding.
Well, their efforts have been rewarded here after one. Winning the battle over second chance points has them ahead on the scoreboard.
Looney out there with Yarebko, and there's Iguodala. And it's McKinney in at the 3, the small forward. So that's the group out there for Golden State. This one for 3. Gets that one to fall after missing his first 2. 1 for 3 from the field.
At least get a hand up. It's not too much to ask from a coaching staff. Just not intimidating defense at all on that possession.
Now here's Frazier. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. McKinney kicks to Yarebko. Passes to McKinney. Yarebko with it. Lopez is there. Tipped away. 6 on the shot clock. Out of bounds. Milwaukee takes possession. And for a look at how the competition stacks up right now. These the new power rankings. They tell a great story. Taking a look at Milwaukee. They're gaining on some of the teams above them, trying hard to crack into that top 5.
And I think for Golden State, they know what they're capable of. They have the talent to be a much better team than they've shown, but the execution has got to improve.
Now here's Frazier. The rebound by Cook. And here in the second with about a minute and a half gone by. Iguodala outside. Here's McKinney. Frazier covering. Shoots it. McKinney, no good. Bucks trail by 5. Here's Connaughton. From down in the low post, it goes. Here is Cook. No points in the game yet for him. Here's McKinney. Down low. Here's Yarebko over Ilyasova. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. We've heard Coach Steve Kerr say the power forward position, as we knew it, is disappearing. You could say that maybe about the center position, too.
I don't want to say that about the center position. What I want to tell you, Kevin, in my humble opinion, is that the center position has changed.
It's evolving.
So, yeah, I don't want to say that it's just disappeared, because there are players out there that are playing that position and doing a lot of the things that you would qualify as center-centric, screening, going down to the block, rim running to the post, being an option down low. But it's definitely changed.
But now we're seeing him go out and defend smaller guys in the perimeter, taking threes, and that's what's weird for your eyes to just kind of absorb what's going on.
Well, it's weird to absorb not only that and what those players individually are asked to do, but when you're at a game and you're sitting in the stands and all of a sudden you see 5 guys that are outside the three-point line. I mean, go back to the game in the 80s. It's the exact opposite. It was like, a bunch of ants on top of a lost candy bar sitting in the lane, gnawing at one another.
Right.
It's just changed. So the center position, not disappeared, just changed.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Frazier dishes to Ilyasova. Back to Frazier. Rebounded by Yarebko. And it's Cook with the ball for the Golden State Warriors. They lead by 4. Their next game playing at home as the Nets come into town. And that game concludes a 5-game homestand. Yarebko, the pass to McKinney. Ogden against Thompson. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
Klay Thompson, another one of those sons of former players. I wonder what that's like. Michael Thompson, his dad, the #1 overall pick many years ago, and Klay had the ball in his hands, obviously, at a very young age, and he taught the shooting form to Klay, which looks pretty perfected at this point.
First one falls for him. And despite all the encouragement from his father, Klay said he didn't envision a pro career until late in college.
Well, he certainly wasn't a top recruit coming out of high school, so Here's a little trivia for you, Kevin. Alongside Luke Walton and his father, Big Red Bill Walton, Klay and Michael Thompson, the only father-son NBA duo with multiple titles apiece. I just got one.
Klay Thompson came into this NBA with a well-earned reputation as a shooter, Brent, but did you ever think he'd become such a potent defender?
Well, I think it's something that he's worked very hard on, and his ability to cross-match. In the early part of his career, Klay Thompson had to take the better scoring of the guards on those nights. It's shifted back, and Klay Thompson is a more well-rounded understanding not only of what he can do defensively, but more of what the opponents that he faces on a nightly basis are trying to do against him.
Here's Bledsoe after the made shot from Klay Thompson. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Green against Middleton, and there's the foul. It's on Quinn Cook. That's his first foul. Milwaukee with the ball. It's a 5-point game.
Good awareness from EB there. He knows that's his job. Get the ball to the open guys as the point guard.
Durant against Middleton. Durant kicks to Green. Back to Durant. 6 to shoot. Over Middleton. It's hauled in by Ilyasova.
And that's really just not heads-up basketball. Don't try a fadeaway when nobody's guarding you.
And here is Brogdon. 8 points his last outing. And it's Ilyasova with the 3. Ilyasova's got it all tied up now for the Bucks.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Cook dishes to Jones. Basket good.
To give a ton of credit to the screener there. That was a perfect pick to give his teammate the space to knock down the shot.
Here's Bledsoe, and Bledsoe with the stuff.
Try to prevent Bledsoe from charging inside. Easier said than done. Once he sees the lane, pretty much over for the defense.
Now here's Durant. 26 points for him last game against Memphis. He kicks it to Cook. Launches it. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Ilyasova. And now you see the 2K leaderboard. Not only have these teams caused a lot of turnovers over the last 10 games, but they've scored off them as well. The Warriors, number 1. 5th best, the Bucks.
Yeah, both of these teams of late forcing turnovers and converting them into offense at the other end.
Here's Thompson. Again, Golden State.
I'm not sure he even knew how much time was left. Didn't affect him one bit.
The Bucks have gone 6 of 8 from the field in the second quarter. And Milwaukee calls their first time out of the game. Brent, you played for 14 seasons. What kind of off-season training did you do personally to keep in shape?
I had a great trainer in Southern California that I would go home to every year and work on different things. It was funny, Kevin, because as you get a little bit older, you can be a little more specific with how you train. You understand how you're going to be used, the type of minutes you're going to play, so it can be a little bit more specialized. I'm not sure if I could tell you this, but I surfed a lot in the off-season.
Balance.
Core, right?
Core balance.
All right, Thank you. Check box.
His 3-pointers off the mark.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
The shot by Brogdon, no good.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Middleton against Durant. Outside, Jones. Back to Durant. Knocked loose and stolen by Mirotic.
That's his first personal foul.
Here's Bledsoe. Middleton outside. Poked away. It's stolen by Livingston. The drive by Green. Thompson for the triple. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. That's 12 points for Klay Thompson.
Now you could just tell in his gait and in the look on his face, he's in a great rhythm after a terrific first quarter. He is feeling it here in the second.
Down it goes. Nice one there from Antetokounmpo.
That's attacking the rack. Antetokounmpo on the take and muscled his way in.
Now here's Livingston, guarded by Bledsoe. Drains it from beyond the arc. And that's now 7 points for Kevin Durant.
Bringing that three-point percentage up quite a bit this quarter, shooting it well. The lead's going to get a little bit bigger if they can keep this up. And they are absolutely stroking it from beyond the arc.
Thompson outside. Now here's Durant. He's got 7. 6 on the shot clock. Over Middleton. No good from Durant. Bucks trail by 3. And Middleton kicks to Bledsoe. Can't tie it up as that one misses. Golden State's gone 3 of 5 beyond the arc since the start of the second quarter. Here's Durant. Count the bucket. And he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Well, despite his outward demeanor, Durant plays with so much passion, takes the hit, still able to convert.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
One shot. Kevin Durant with 1.
On the free throw, no good. And KD opting out of his deal, Greg, over the summer to re-sign with the Warriors.
And he did so to get a larger deal than he could have otherwise. Durant had already sacrificed money for the team before. Not a surprise to see him get closer to his value. It seems the super team will be intact for years to come.
Now, here's Brogdon, following the shot by Kevin Durant. Three-pointer. Mirotic's shot is off.
And extending the D there, putting a lot of pressure on the shooter.
Yeah, I think coaches right here are always talking about the extra pass. And a contested three is not your objective. One more, maybe.
Now Thompson, following the three-point attempt by Nikola Mirotic. Durant feeling it out a bit. Shoots over Mirotic, and it's Golden State with another.
Yeah, I don't think KD's going to panic with any offensive opportunities. So cool in that possession there.
Timeout called, the Bucks.
Well, the Bucks with the superstar talent in Giannis Antetokounmpo, the critical decision this summer for selecting a new coach came down to a very qualified one in Mike Budenholzer. And with all the options out there, 9 coaching changes, I think that Bud saw the opportunity in Milwaukee as being a great one to push this team a little bit forward. The talent on the roster tantalizing enough for him to head to Milwaukee after his stint in Atlanta.
Looking at who's out there now for the Warriors. Kevon Looney is checked in for Damian Jones. Iguodala comes in for Draymond Green. And Steph Curry subbed in for Thompson. Warriors leading by 5. Curry kicks to Iguodala. To the paint, here's Livingston trying to get open as Iguodala. Livingston, that's good. And Mike Budenholzer, the 2015 Coach of the Year. 4 titles, Brent, as an assistant in San Antonio. How do you like the fit for him now in Milwaukee?
Well, I think that the players are going to really enjoy the attention to detail that Coach Bud and his entire staff who are coming with him will put into place. There's an efficiency with which they'll get the work done. And they're going to have to be thinking on their feet, learning a new offense and some things fundamentally on defense that he'll get them excited about.
And the Warriors with possession here, following the bucket by the Bucks. Curry gets the bucket.
This is why Steph Curry is virtually unguardable. When he's sinking those kind of shots, it just devastates you defensively.
Now here's Bledsoe. Wants to get it to Antetokounmpo and does. Misses from close range.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Bucks trail by 8. Outside Hill to the left side wing. For 3, Bledsoe. It's rebounded by Golden State. Durant's got 6 rebounds here tonight. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Here's Antetokounmpo. Good. Antetokounmpo's got 8 points in the quarter.
It's pretty good focus. Giannis gets in there. Tough to rattle him a little bit. I don't know if he even saw that guy. Superb concentration.
Durant kicks it to Looney. It's tipped. And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not very careful there.
And a chance here to take a look at the numbers for Bledsoe. He's around 14 points per game, 4 assists and 4 rebounds. And he's really been pulling his weight. He's had a hand in some big plays here recently.
I think you look across the board right now, and he's just doing a much better job. The numbers bear that out.
Here's Connaughton. He's averaging a bit over 5 points a game. Curry against Bledsoe. Curry gets the bucket. Curry's got the lead up to 8 now for the Warriors.
I don't know how he makes a shot like that look as easy as it did. So elite.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Bledsoe goes to the reverse layup and taps it in. Bledsoe's got 6.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Curry with it. 13 points in the game. Here's Durant. And the last second attempt does not go in for him.
Mirotic just staying active really helped out that defensive possession.
And so it's the Golden State Warriors with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. Their shooting has been the big key. Their percentage from the field so far has been terrific. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Draymond. Of course, not unusual to see you going up against bigger players. So how do you take advantage of that offensively?
I mean, you just got to take advantage of mismatches. You know, most of the time there's a big guy on me. If not, there's usually somebody trying to switch off. You know, I just got to know when to pop and just take advantage of the mismatches.
You've done just that in the first half. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, Hoop fans. NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. EJ, Shaq, Jet. The first half was all about Stephen Curry. He had 13 points, 3 assists, and 1 rebound. Taking a look at the Warriors, Kenny, what'd you think?
Well, I thought that turning point was when the bench came in. Those guys really hustled, and they gave the team some energy, and then they started to score baskets. That was a bonus.
And you, big fella, let's get your thoughts on the Bucks.
Well, they were very inconsistent from behind the arc. For the first half, they shot, let me check my stats, in the low 30s. They won't get it done. Good news is they're still in it. I'd like to see them push the ball up court faster and try to get some open looks.
And that should do it. With the second half about to begin, let's send you back to Kevin Harlan. Go back to Kevin Harlan. Go. Go over there.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. You look at Antetokounmpo in this one. He's been everywhere.
And how about that? Already through 2 quarters and some change. He's got a double-double.
Well, it's an impressive performance thus far, but it goes beyond just his ability right now. He's just simply outworking the opponent.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Warriors leading by 6.
Amazingly, the Bucks, one of the slower teams in the league last season in terms of their pace. And when you're talking about a team with tremendous length and athleticism, you'd think that maybe speed would come along with it and that they'd get out and thrive in transition. Not the case last year.
And Milwaukee, looking at who they've got. Giannis is down low with Lopez. Bledsoe is out there with Brogdon. And it's Middleton in at the 3. Bounce pass, Antetokounmpo. The Bucks working the ball around. And Lopez throws it down.
Well, the size that Brogdon has at the point guard, a good job of finding somebody over the top.
And the Bucks, still a top 10 offense last season, got to the line in bunches.
They got to the line, got into the interior, got into the paint, but their outside shooting is still a concern, Kevin. When you're down a lot of points and you need to stretch out the defense to come back in games, it's not something that they could do last year. So maybe looking to pick up a few guys on their roster to help expand the three-point shooting game.
Steph Curry, Brent, is there any doubt in your mind that he is the greatest shooter in NBA history?
I don't think there's any doubt, but I like the fact that Steph Curry doesn't want to be a one-trick pony, and he isn't. He's trying to be better at making plays. He's trying to be better at making good decisions. He's trying to be better as a defender. And so all of these things for Steph Curry, he's not satisfied with the things that he's done so far in his career, which have all been elite.
When it comes to veteran players, Brent, on a team, what characteristics make for a good leader for a bunch of young guys under him?
We talk a lot about veteran guys on teams, Kevin, and I think one of the most important aspects to think about is that those veterans have a lot more impact if they're still part of playing minutes for a coaching staff. At some point, 4 or 5 months into a season, when an older player is telling you how to do something and only get a chance to see it during practice or him pointing it out on film when you're playing, doesn't have as much of an impact.
Doesn't resonate
right.
as much.
When a guy gets 15 minutes a night and you get to see him do those things as a young player from the bench and say, wow, everything he told me on my list, he's checked all those boxes. So having a vet that plays, much more impactful.
Good point. The Warriors have gone 7 of 11 from the line. The first one falls.
Now, the success of the Warriors is truly built around their culture and their chemistry, and it really starts with Steph Curry. Even though a lot of people argue about Kevin Durant being their best player, their most important player has been Steph. Just a great, joyful approach to the game, and it rubs off on the entire organization.
And that blend of joyfulness and competitive spirit, something that Steph Curry and his coach, Steve Kerr, you know, Brent, they share that in common.
Yeah, think about just how humble they are, how gracious they are, how much they're willing to take the time on a daily basis to do things for others, not just themselves. So you have the Warriors with some key values in place that they don't stray from all that often.
Here is Durant after the basket by Milwaukee. Outside for Curry, stolen by Bledsoe. Fast break, Milwaukee. Count it, and the Warrior lead has been cut down to just 6 points on the bucket from Antetokounmpo.
Defensively, this is what you know. He's coming off a hot game and looking to keep it rolling.
And you could try to key in on him, but that's tough. They run plays that routinely give him makeable looks.
Now here's Durant. He's got 13. Yes, that goes in. Durant's got 15.
Tough to shake Durant out of this kind of rhythm. Just keeping his focus, keeping his concentration, and extremely accurate.
Brogdon buries it down low.
And when he breaks out the crossover, you can be sure he's going to leave somebody in his wake.
And it's Curry with the ball, bringing it up for Golden State. They've led by as much as 10. Jones finds Curry. Off target with his three.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
That's good, and the Warrior lead is cut down to 4 on the bucket from Eric Bledsoe. Curry looking around. The pass to Thompson. Back to Curry. Thompson passes to Curry. 4 on the clock. Misses the 3. Bucks trail by 4. Antetokounmpo dishes to Bledsoe. Pass to Brogdon. Lopez kicks to Antetokounmpo. Back to Lopez. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in. And that's 11 points for Brook Lopez. Golden State's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Now a timeout called by Golden State.
And one thing they'll discuss are their defensive rotations. The other is in the matchups.
We're seeing very little help defense on the inside, and even when there is help, it's been ineffective.
Tim Frazier's checked in for Eric Bledsoe. Brogdon against Thompson. Kicks it to Curry. They double-team Curry. Pulls it up. Just 5 to shoot. And he nails the jumper. Curry's got 16.
Yeah, I feel like the ball really isn't even getting anywhere close to the rim. It's all cotton right now.
And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Well, Chris Middleton is such a versatile scorer, and because he has the ability to put the ball down on the floor, sometimes defenders are not as willing to close out to him, but last year was in the 74th percentile in spot-up jump shots. It can be devastating from there.
Milwaukee making a switch here. Ilyasovas checked in. Free throw, no good for Antetokounmpo. And Middleton can hurt you from anywhere. But his mid-range game, Brent, his mid-range game stands out.
Yeah, people don't really realize how effective Chris has been from the mid-range. He's up there with Kevin Durant statistically in some of the numbers. And the fact that he's got that long frame, any switchable defender that's smaller than him gives him the immediate advantage.
Now a timeout called by Golden State.
Here to look at some of the stats for Thompson, averaging about 18 points per, 3 assists and 3 rebounds. Just solid all-around performances we've been seeing from him, delivering night in and night out.
And I like it when stars do exactly that. It's not just about scoring 50 or 40 or 30. It's about making plays consistently.
Pass to Jerebko. The feed to Curry. Out left to the wing. Here's Jerebko. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Curry's got 5 assists in the game.
Steph out there singing a lullaby to the defense, gets them to sleep, and then sets up the teammate nicely.
Here's Antetokounmpo, and the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
I mean, he is tearing the defense apart, and let's face it, they have not brought their A game on that side of the ball.
Curry on the wing. Frazier covering. Here's McKinney. Green left side. Curry gets the bucket. Curry's got 18 points.
They're so good around the rim. Steph Curry knowing when to try his luck from there, and he gets super creative with some of the spins that he puts on the ball around the rim.
Curry against Frazier. Back to Antetokounmpo. It's good. Antetokounmpo's got 10 points in just the second half.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
Warriors have gotten 5 of 8 shots to fall for them in the third quarter. A nice 62% from the field. Curry against Frazier. Curry passes to Jerebko. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
The Warriors have gone 9 of 13 from the line.
And as a unit, they're shooting 78% from the line. That's a solid number to work with on the season.
That's good from Jerebko.
And they didn't shoot it very well from the line in the first half, but they've gotten much better since halftime, and it's helped them to secure the lead.
Mirotic is checked in for Milwaukee. Jerebko hits them both. Now for the Bucks in 2017, Brent, disagreement over front office candidates, a divided leadership structure. If you're on that roster, how much of those kinds of things concern you?
I don't think the players are worried about that at all, because what you have now is a new voice in the locker room. You're going to have to learn a lot of new language, new offense, new defense. And that's enough to make you think just about basketball and not the business of basketball, Kevin.
Now here's Curry. 18 points for him. 5 on the clock. Thompson for 3. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Curry's got 6 assists here tonight.
And defensively, you have got to extend to their shooters. They have been on fire this half.
Yeah, and then the fear sets in that you're going to create driving lanes that could lead to easy buckets. This is not an easy fix.
Timeout called, the Bucks. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game, and that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
Yeah, the D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been from beyond.
Now here's Frazier. Mirotic has a wide open look. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. And Thompson kicks to Iguodala. And that one is good. And it's a 9-point Warrior lead.
Now that's just called working within the offense, as Thompson, unwilling to settle for a shot, has good vision, and then sees the open man.
Here's Antetokounmpo. 32 points in the game. And the shot goes down. Antetokounmpo's got 12 now in this quarter.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation. Let's take a second to see the teams that have been the toughest inside this season so far. Number 5, the Warriors.
I mean, terrific rim protection. I mean, they rotate and help on the inside as well as anybody. And, of course, you want to keep offenses on the outside shooting jump shots, and that continues to be the goal.
Now, here's Antetokounmpo. He's got 34. Here's Mirotic, and they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Nice concentration from Mirotic. Outstanding, keeping his composure even when he gets knocked around a little bit. Well, Mirotic last year, it was the tale of 2 halves. It was the shaved year versus the unshaved year for him. Great start with the Bulls and played some very good basketball, and then struggled a little bit after the trade to the Pelicans, and then boom, all of a sudden was a huge part after Cousins went down, was extremely complimentary to the fast pace and stretching out the offense with the 3-point ball playing alongside AD.
And that one falls for Mirotic. Well, you're talking about Mirotic. The real Mirotic is somewhere in between.
Yeah, he's had a little trouble with consistency, but you got to look at what was surrounding him in Chicago with all the roster movements and the coaching changes, stylistic changes. So, when he gets on, we saw this late in the year with the Pelicans and somewhat in the playoffs. He can be an explosive scorer. He can put the ball down and make plays. He can shoot you into and sometimes out of a game.
Now here's Curry. 21 points in the game. Back to Thompson. 6 on the shot clock. Over Hill. The shot by Thompson, no good.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
Well, there's one thing the Bucks have, and that's an abundance of players with tremendous length. It can make it very difficult on offenses to try to find lanes and gaps and seams to get in there and score. So the tighter they are defensively, the more disruptive the Bucks could be.
The first free throw is good. And the Bucks embracing the trends towards long, versatile players.
Yes, this idea of positionless basketball has been something that's been a construct of the Bucks and their roster through recent seasons. The key is translating that into a much tighter, much cohesive defense. Well, the Warriors returning to San Francisco next season after 48 years in Oakland. That new arena in Mission Bay getting finished up, polished up, fresh paint. It's looking good there. Hopefully it'll be just as rocking as Oracle Arena has been for this many years.
Now here's Curry. Hard to imagine, but the stats are tremendous as he averages close to 27 points a game.
As hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan is simple, folks. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
Here's Mirotic, 11 points in the game. Back to Frazier. Shoots over Curry. Count it, and the Warrior lead has been cut down to 2 on the bucket from Frazier. Brent, some wondered whether they changed their name to the San Francisco Warriors like before. They're going to stick with Golden State.
Yeah, too much history, I think, in Oakland. They don't want to do anything to disturb the fan base. This is the Bay Area's team, and you mentioned it. It does have a history, Kevin, starting off back in San Francisco in the 60s, and they become a powerhouse. It seems even more fitting to claim the entire state, the Golden State Warriors.
The game now all time. Frazier's got 8 points.
And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
Passes it to Jerebko. Iguodala outside. Here's Looney, covered by Mirotic. Here's Curry. Sweet little floater. Curry's got 25 points in the game.
And after really leaning on that three-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
Timeout called, the Bucks. And you think about how the Warriors attracted Kevin Durant to the team and all these all-stars coexisting. It doesn't always work like that, does it?
No, and I give a lot of credit to Steph Curry, a two-time league MVP, but he never lets his ego get the best of him. His good-natured calm and sense of serenity kind of set the tone and maybe balance a bit of what Draymond brings to the locker room.
Catching up on the changes for Golden State. Durant's checked in for Jerebko. Livingston comes in for Thompson. And Cook subbed in for Steph Curry.
Just one smooth, elongated motion. Durant is just a machine and so repeatable on his delivery.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Sinks that one from the post. Antetokounmpo's got 14 points now in the second half.
No defender is going to have a shot against that kind of play. He's just too tall to stop that close to the rim.
Cook kicks to Livingston. The pass to Looney. Golden State moving the ball around. Pass to Durant. Shoots. Giannis Antetokounmpo grabs the miss. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Antetokounmpo's got 38 points.
Yeah, I don't think you're stopping Giannis on a drive like that. He just takes off and one stride gets by everybody.
A deep three from Durant. And no good on the last second attempt this time. It's been all about Stephen Curry for the Golden State Warriors. That quarter had to take a lot out of him. He racked up 12 points. And we'll be right back after this. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter form.
Well, there's a way to break down the defense with the handle, but you can do it with the pass. Prime example of that right there.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. Durant is out there with Looney. Then it's Jones. Then there's Livingston. And it's Iguodala in at the 2 spot. So that's the group out there for Golden State. Now here's Lopez. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession. And so it's Durant with it. He'll bring it up for Golden State. He kicks it to Jones. Now Iguodala. He can't get it to go. And Milwaukee the other way now. After this one, they take on the Clippers at the Staples Center. That is game 3 of this 4-game trip. Connaughton passes to Mirotic. A miss that time. Would have put him up.
But still, eventually, you got to feel like he'll start knocking those down again.
Livingston finds Durant. Back to Livingston. Clock at 6. And it's Eric Bledsoe with the rebound.
The defensive reaction time, it was just immediate on that one.
And sometimes the most important part of that is the angle that the defender chooses. That time, he chose wisely.
Draymond Green, he's checked in for Golden State. Chris Middleton's checked in for Milwaukee. Malcolm Brogdon comes in for Pat Connaughton. Just over a minute played here in the 4th. And here's Livingston. Durant kicks to Livingston. Back to Durant. Over Middleton. Money from the wing. Durant's got the first field goal of the 4th quarter here for the Warriors.
Putting on a clinic tonight, Durant can use either hand to break you down off the dribble.
Bledsoe passes to Lopez. And a great assist by Bledsoe as that one goes in. Bledsoe's got his 6th assist on the night. It's Durant on the wing. Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the 4th. Fader on the way. Count it. Durant's got 4 points in the quarter.
Well, Kevin Durant over the past couple seasons has been in the top 5 as the best mid-range shooters in the league.
Brogdon with it, and it's Iguodala picking him up for 3. Middleton. It's rebounded by Golden State. We're in the 4th quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. It's Durant on the wing, defended by Middleton. That doesn't go either for Durant. Bucks trail by 3. Pass to Brogdon. Ring shot on the way. It's hauled in by Kevin Durant. Durant's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Kicks to Livingston. Back to Durant. Dish now to Jones. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. And the Warriors lead by 5.
Well, his length and then his quickness, Durant, you just can't cover the guy. An absolute nightmare matchup. And then you add the pick and roll to it.
Shots good by Middleton.
Yeah, competing hard down the stretch. He wants the ball. That time, he delivers.
He's a dangerous scorer in general, but there he zeroes in on what matters most.
Now, here's Livingston. Outside Durant. Over in the corner, Livingston. Back to Jones. Golden State moving the ball around. 3-pointer. Buries it from 3-point range. Durant's got 14 points here in the second half.
Now, the D has done a very poor job at contesting him from outside, guys. He's tearing into them right now, and they cannot stop him.
Now, here's Lopez. Bledsoe kicks to Middleton. And good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
Middleton only takes a second to get that shot off. Such a good catch-and-shoot game.
Durant finds Livingston. Back to Durant. And the layup is good. Durant's got 9 points now in the quarter.
What a huge boost he's giving them here. 4 or 5 in this 4th quarter has come up big.
Now here's Bledsoe. Middleton for 3. And a great assist by Bledsoe as that one goes in. Bledsoe's got 9 assists in the game. Great passing. Now here's Livingston. Guarded by Bledsoe. Livingston passes to Durant. Over Middleton, and there are the Warriors now with another bucket.
Wow, unconscious has he been this quarter. They're riding that hot hand.
The shot by Bledsoe, nobody around. No good on the three. Warriors leading by 4. Durant with a wide open look. Goes back up. Livingston, that's good.
Defensively, you cause the miss, but then you have to corral it.
Well, that's the second part of the equation there. Block out, be aggressive, and control the glass.
Now here's Bledsoe. Lopez outside. Passes it to Middleton. Over Jones. And good. Got the English that time as it falls. 12 points for Chris Middleton.
Are we sure that's the same player, guys? He looks completely different. What confidence he's playing with, and look how engaged he is on both ends.
Timeout called the Warriors. The Milwaukee Bucks looking to move the needle with their new head coaching hire. If you're in that role, Brent, what changes do you make?
Well, I think the team just needs to find a little bit better cohesion on the defensive end. They tried a lot of things schematically last year that I don't think they were as connected as they needed to be there. And as far as personnel goes, they're really lacking some consistency from outside on the perimeter, their perimeter shooting. I know Tony Snell had a decent year, but there's not a lot of three-point attack from the Milwaukee Bucks. It makes it tough for them to score.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, Steve Kerr talked to his team during the break. He told his guys they've got the green light to keep shooting from downtown. He told them, I like the way you guys are working out there. Keep finding the open spaces on the perimeter. They're giving us open shots. We'll see if they step it up from here, guys.
Thank you, David. Here's Curry. After the basket by Nikola Mirotic. Jones kicks to Curry. Back to Jones. And Jones slams it in.
I like watching Curry work the pick and roll. I wonder if his time with Steve Nash in the offseason is paying some dividends. Impossible to guard in those sets.
Now here's Bledsoe. And there's the pass to Middleton. Pass to Mirotic. Milwaukee needs to get off a shot here, and it's good for 2. And that's 15 points for Brook Lopez.
Whatever drawbacks Lopez may have, scoring in the post isn't one of them. He is a nightmare for opposing defenses to deal with down low.
Jones dishes to Durant. Gets the bucket and the foul. It's going to go on Nikola Mirotic.
He keeps finding great shots out there, and the opportunities are turning up roses.
Milwaukee making a switch here. Antetokounmpo's checked in.
At the line for Warriors, Kevin Durant with 1.
That's good from Durant.
Yeah, and their free throw shooting has really improved here in the second half.
It's stolen by Green. Outside Curry. He kicks to Durant. 4 on the shot clock. Over onto Antetokounmpo. Bledsoe with the rebound.
And defensively, moving his feet there, staying right on top of the shooter.
Some defenses are okay with giving up the mid-range shot. In this case, they contested.
Now here's Middleton. From outside, off the mark.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Ogden against Thompson. Durant finds Thompson. Over Middleton. And it's wide right. It's off the rim. Bucks trail by 5. And it's Antetokounmpo penetrating. The kick out to Lopez. Logged in the pass to Lopez. Milwaukee, no good that time either.
Well, the D looks like they're laying off just a little bit. He made 1 3 in the first half, but they're still daring him to shoot, and he can't make them pay for it.
Now here's Curry. Golden State moving it around. And Middleton with the block.
Well, the long arms of Middleton getting up there on defense and throwing that one away.
Here's Brogdon, and Curry pulls it down.
Now, this just doesn't seem to be his night, or his team's for that matter either. And they got to pull it together here quick, or it's going to be lights out.
Thompson outside. There's the triple. It's good. That's 8 baskets for him now. 8 for 15 shooting.
A lot of dialogue around the league as to whether or not Klay Thompson could bear the brunt of being a main scorer on the team. Well, tonight proving it.
Now here's Bledsoe. The kick out to Antetokounmpo. They need this one. Sinks the three-pointer. Antetokounmpo's got 41.
Well, so exciting to see the growth of the Greek Freak. There are shots that stars sink, and that's a momentum changer right there.
Pass to Jones. Outside Durant. Curry against Bledsoe. From deep three-point range, and Chris Middleton pulls it down.
And truth is, though he misses that one, it's a shot he normally makes.
Yeah, he has that kind of range, but maybe not that time the best judgment.
Now here's Durant. Outside Curry. Shot on the wing, and right through it goes. And the Warriors lead by 7.
Not surprised at all. He's shooting it well and scoring points in bunches.
Timeout called the Bucks. They're trailing by 7. There's 53 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Chance now to recognize our Jordan player of the game, Steph Curry.
And Kevin, it's a no-brainer. He's controlled every aspect of this game, and it's just so fun to see a player perform at a level that's just higher than anyone else out on the floor.
He sure has given this crowd a treat tonight. This kind of performance only cements his status as a fan favorite. Now here's Bledsoe. Good! Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
Bledsoe and big shots going together.
They can more or less wrap it up right here.
This has to be a very smart possession.
Bledsoe against Curry. Outside for Durant. Here's Jones. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
That's his second personal. At the line for the Warriors, Damian Jones. He has 2. 2 shots.
He doesn't hit the first, and that was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though. He's able to hit the second one, and that increases their lead to 6. Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. They're trailing by 6. 23 seconds left in the game. Guys, what do you think?
And they still got a little time to play with, so a 3 and a quick foul make things interesting.
Definitely. Everything has to happen perfectly just to give them a chance.
And it's Antetokounmpo, top of the key. Bledsoe, it's in! And now they trail by just 4.
Bledsoe stays confident even down there in the paint as a point guard, finishing deep that time.
And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Yeah, you can't let him hold the ball and just milk those last seconds away.
At the line for 2.
First free throw is good, and that puts them up by 5.
Just a big defensive mistake there. I mean, it's like 3 points. You want to harass Steph, but when he goes to the free throw line, we know it's pretty much automatic. Always one of the league's best free throw shooters. A solid trip to the line there to help extend the lead.
Antetokounmpo with the ball. Bledsoe kicks to Antetokounmpo. No good from outside. And they go to the intentional foul. He hits the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
There's always arguments about how Draymond Green thinks he should get more calls. And maybe he's right, but for a physical guy, he does not spend a lot of time at the free throw line.
And the second free throw, no good. A tough break there. Here's Frazier. Can't get it to fall.
Livingston, a good job at 6'7", using his arms to get up and make sure the shot was contested.
So we see the Warriors get the win here. Probably a little closer than they would have liked it, but a win nonetheless.
Yeah, but I really got a sense that the fans gave them that emotional boost that was needed down the stretch. This crowd, man, they were electric.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much. Kevin, we expect big games for you. How do you put together 4 quarters of excellence like tonight?
Well, I'm just playing off my teammates. I'm not trying to force anything. Just take what the defense gives me and be aggressive.
Yeah, you set the tone tonight and got the win. Thanks very much, Kevin. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Brett Berry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our 2K Sports crew. We'll see you next time.